Hi, aloha. Welcome to Unit 3, Module 5, Lesson 2, Applying ID and Class in CSS. In the previous lesson, we modified our HTML to allow us to do fine-tuning of our styles. But we didn't change any of the actual look and feel of our pages because we didn't change any of the actual styles themselves. In this lesson, we will do that. We will utilize ID and class to very much fine tune our web pages. And we will take our web pages from looking like something like this, right? Like here, here, to actually going in and looking like this. You can see here, notice that the all about me and about this course are about half of the web page. And you can see here we have about my site, and it has some text that is formatted a little bit different, and our main content is also formatted differently. So that's what we'll do in this particular lesson. And again, in this lesson, I'll just show you the sorts of styles that you need to create in order to enable you to do this. However, you should change the colors and other things and the fonts and so on to make your site look much more beautiful than mine is. Okay, let's go. So to do this, right, a couple of things you need. We should have our lesson up, 3.5.2, applying ID and class in CSS. And we should have two files open. That is the index.html and our style sheet here, right? Index.html and our style sheet. So if you don't have these, please do them now. Okay, okay, thank you. So where are we now? We are now here, and what we want to do, we want to follow the activities here, right? We've already, in a previous lesson, we've already added IDs and classes to our web page. Okay? Now let's see what are the things they want us to do. First, they want us to control the width of the skip nav div so that it is no wider than the content it contains. Okay, so let's do this, and we will change this to okay. So what we want to do here is now we now want to look at it. We want to, where's the div? Okay, so what we want to do here, ooh, okay, this is pretty ugly, is we want to, under our div here, okay, we want to create a new style, right, for div, and this is for the ID skip nav. So notice here we have the hashtag between the div and skip nav to say that we want to format the ID skip nav here, and we want to change this to wi width 10 em, like that, right? Okay, and notice that in reality, this particular div skip nav style could be anywhere in our style sheet, but I chose to put it right after the div to make it a little bit clearer. Okay. So the next thing they want us to do is to control the width of the info class of divs so that both divs in the class have width 40%. So here, okay, so we want to do that. So we want to go div, and because it's a class, we want to say period info, right? And remember, there can be multiple parts of your web page that have a particular class, but only one part of your web page that can have an ID. So div info, and this is width equals 40%. Oops, no, that's width 40%, right? Like that. Okay. Okay, so that's the next thing. And we save, right? Right? And actually what I might want to do here is I might want to also say this is for, okay, styles for 3, 5, 2, like that, right? Okay. So that's just put a comment in there. Okay. Now, what's the next thing they want us to do? We want to say here, okay, and we want to increase the font size of the info class so that its text is larger and more prominent than other text in the page. So for the info class, we want to say font size. Now, in this case here, what I just want to do is I want to make it bigger than the other thing. So I'm just going to make this 120%. Like that. Okay. Oops. Okay. Okay. That's the next thing. And now we want to change the style of the overview paragraph so that it stands out as an overview should. Okay. So for this, right? So up until now, we've been formatting divs. In this case here, we want to create a paragraph ID. So in this case here, we want a p dot overview, right? That, right? Again, this is okay. I'm going to clear that out. And now we want to make it so that it stands out in a variety of ways. Some of the ways we can do it, and this may be up to you what you want to do here. We're going to say color, and I'm just going to pick a color that I like here. It's going to be 38B 2CE. Now you can pick whatever color you want here. I'm going to do font size, 125%, like that, right? Font size, font weight right, is bold, right? And I'm going to say text align will be center, like that, right? So I just do that. So that will hopefully make our paragraph overview, our overview paragraph stand out somewhat. Now you can choose whatever you want here, but that's just how I did it, okay? And then the last thing I want to do here is I want to change the style of the temp paragraphs so that they are italicized. Okay, so to do this, right, I want to do paragraph, right? This is again a paragraph font, right? So we want a P period temp, right? Because this is the temp class of paragraphs, right? I do that. And then I want it for this one here, I want to say font style, italic, like that, right? Okay. That, and I'll save that, right? Let's have that. Now, what else do we want to do? Okay. That's temp style, okay? Now the next one is a little bit there. So now what we want to do, it says change the color and the background color of the main element so that it stands out from surrounding content. Now this in itself isn't specifically using a class or ID, but the main in a way is a new sort of tag that we want to format differently. We want to create a different style for. So let's do that. Okay, and I should remember here that these styles here were also created for 3.5.2 here. Okay, and you don't. Okay, and now we want to create our main tag. I'm going to put it down here. Main. This creates a style for main, and they want us to create a different color and background color. So I'm going to choose these colors, and you should change it yourself. And for our main color, I'm going to just say it's FF0000. And for our background color, I'm going to pick FF8888. Now this won't be really great contrast, even though it says that my main element should have good contrast, but I want you to choose the colors yourself. Okay, so now that I have that, I can, and that's all they want us to do here. Now that I've done that, we will run it. We will have, this is, wait, where do we have? This is what its page looks like now, and we're going to try and run it. And this is now what it looks like, right? Like, ooh. See, does need a lot of work here, but it's now up to you to do the rest of it to make it look right. But you can see here it's narrower. It's a little bit, so on and so forth. Anyway, that's it. Mahalo, and thank you very much.